Hi, boys and girls. I'm Mrs. Hofer, and today we're going to work on math. We're going to work on lesson 26. So you are going to need your pages for lesson 26, application problem, and then you're also going to need your lesson 26 problem set. It's front and back, okay? You also might need your cubes. You need 9 of them. You will need a dry erase board, maybe one with lines. If you have your foundations work mat that has lines, you can use it. Or you can use a dry erase mat or something to write on, even a piece of paper, okay? So we're going to warm up today by practicing writing to 20. So I'm going to, and we're going to try to do this fluently. I know we've done this before where we try to write to 20, let's say in a minute or two, and then erase it and try to do it again, especially if you're using a dry erase marker because it can go a little faster. It's easier to write and erase than with a pencil. Okay, so go ahead and get something to write your numbers on. And I'm going to turn the camera down. And we are going to write for, say, 1 minute. We can set the timer. And you can follow along with me or you can do your own. But when you're writing to 20, you can just count and write at the same time. So we're going to start the timer and go. So we want to start with 1. Make sure you leave a little space between your numbers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now our goal is to get all the way to 20. So keep going. 11. Do you see now these numbers are closer because they go together. That's a 2-digit number to make 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. And stop. Okay, so if you didn't get finished, go ahead. You can use mine or just keep going on your own if you don't need help. Our goal is to get to 20, but also if you can get to 50 or higher is also another good goal. Once you get to 20, just keep working to see. You probably won't be able to do it on your dry erase board though once you get past 20 because we start to run out of room. Now sometimes boys and girls try to cram all their numbers together and watch what happens when I do that. If I just write one number right after another number, instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4, which you can still kind of see, but it starts to look like one great big long number. So you want to make sure that you're leaving some space between each one. So you can set the timer again at home or have mom or dad or an adult at home set a timer for you, and you try that again on your own, okay? I want you to keep practicing writing to 20, and also remember we're still practicing counting to 100. All right, we're going to start with our application problem, which is about, looks like this. Okay, today I'm going to put that one in the mat. And it says you need a green and a blue crayon. So hopefully you brought some crayons to work with and a pencil. Okay. So our problem says there are 9 socks. Some are green and the rest are blue. Draw the set of green socks and the set of blue socks. So the first thing we really need to do is to draw 9 socks, okay? And again, I try not to spend too much time on drawing because it's important that we can get it done somewhat quickly. So I'm going to just draw a little, kind of like a sock, but I just want to make sure I draw 9 of them. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it said that some are blue and some are green. So this is where your crayons are going to come in. So you're going to have some blue and some green. You don't have to choose the same that I do for how many. But if you don't, then yours will look differently than mine. You'll have different numbers. So I'm going to color some green and the rest are blue. So I'm going to, oops, my green is mixing with my black. Okay, so I'm coloring some green. Okay, and then it says the rest are blue. And I get to decide when I want to stop. The problem doesn't tell me how many green and how many blue, so I get to choose. So that means you get to choose, okay? So I chose 4 green and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue. Then it says at the bottom, make a number bond to show the green and blue socks. Okay, so I'm going to make a number bond. So I have some green socks and some blue socks. Okay. So we have 4 green and 5 blue. And how many total socks did I have? I had 9. Now, did you choose the same as mine? Or did you choose different numbers? Did you color your green differently and your blue differently? So if I decide, oh, wait a minute, I want another blue sock, and I change that one to blue, well, then that changes my numbers. So then I would have to change my green number and my blue number because neither one can stay the same. If I change one, it changes both. Okay? All right. Let's erase, or if you did it on your paper, then you would just leave it on there. If you need more time, you can pause the video. But we're going to move on. We're going to work with the number 9 today, and we're going to show different ways that we can make the number 9. So we're going to practice that first, okay? So I'm going to use 9 cubes, and you can have 9 cubes. All right, so if you don't have your 9 cubes out, go ahead, get them out. It says that Lee had 9 blocks, and it wants us to show 9 the math way. So that would be, let's see, 5 and the math way. So I have to put my pinky down. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And of her blocks, it says 5 of her blocks were red and the rest were blue. Show me her red blocks. It says 5 of her blocks were red. So with my fingers, which one is the 5? Yep, I've got, these are the red blocks, 5. And then this is how many blue blocks she had, 4. So we could draw a number bond to show that. We could draw, she had 5 red and 4 blue, and that makes 9. Okay. But we're going to use our linking cubes now, and we're going to see how many different ways we can make 9. So I'm going to use this whole board. I'm going to be making a bunch of different combinations of 9. Maybe you want to get your cubes of 9, and you're also going to do it. So let's just start with, first of all, let's always start and make sure we actually have 9, because maybe I accidentally put on 10 or 8, then my numbers wouldn't be right. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And then I'm going to take off just 1 cube. Okay, so I'm going to make a number bond for this picture. Okay, I'm going to make it kind of small because I want to keep it on here and I want to just keep making more and more. So I started with 9 and I had 1 and 8. Can you see that? Okay, now I'm going to take another cube off of this one and move it over here. Okay, so I took 1 off of the first set and I moved it to the second set. Now I'm going to make another number bond for that picture. So did my number change? Do I still have 9 cubes altogether? Is my whole still 9? That's right, it is. I still have 9. I didn't actually take anything off of my work mat. I kept 9. I just moved 1 from the side and put it over here. So my numbers here will change because now I have 2, so that's my first number, and my second number, instead of 8, we can count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I've made 9 using 2 and 7. Okay, I'm not going to erase it though. I'm going to keep it up there. Probably run out of room on my board. Okay. So I'm going to take 1 off again and I'm going to move it over. I still have 9 on my board, but I just moved the groups, okay? So let's count how many are in this group and how many are in this group. But first we had 9, so I'm going to write the number 9. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this one was 6. And 1, 2, 3. And this number changed to 3. So first it was 1, then it was 2. Now it's 3. And this side, look what happened. First it was 8, and we took 1 off. Then it was 7, and then 6. Do you notice a pattern? Is something happening to our numbers? It sure is. We're going to do a couple more, but see if you can figure it out. Okay, so now I have my 3 stick and my 6 stick. I'm going to take 1 off the 6 stick and move it to the 3 stick. Okay, and I'm going to make another number bond. My numbers did not change how many I started with. I still had 9. How many are in my blue side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I'm going to put that. I should move these over. That's going to confuse you. And how many on the red? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, so this time 4 plus 5 equaled 9. So the parts are, the hidden numbers in 9 are 4 and 5. Okay, so I can still just take 1 off that 5 stick and move it over to the 4 stick. Uh-oh, now my 5 stick became a 4 stick and my 4 stick became a 5 stick. So that's going to be almost the same. But I'm going to put the 5 on this side and the 4 on this side. Okay. All right. And I could keep going, moving 1 across. So now we have 3 and, that's right, 3 and 6. And I could take it apart and we would have 2 and 7. And I could take it apart and we would have 1 and 8. Okay, and each time we still had 9. But what happened each time I was taking 1 from this side to this side, right? So let's see. So I started like this. When I take one off here, this side the number got smaller, and this side the number got bigger, right? Right, we found a lot of combinations for 9. You can keep going and see if you can find all the ways to make 9. There are actually 10 of them. 10 ways to make 9. We wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, but there are actually 5 more. The one we didn't do is if I don't take any off, we could have 0 and 9 for one of our ways. Okay, so let's go ahead and erase. Okay, and then we're going to just look real quick at your homework assignment, your problem set. So these cubes were broke where it's gray and white. So instead of actually breaking them apart like we did, they just changed the color. Okay, so we have to match the picture to the number bond. What do you notice about these number bonds? That's right. Some of the whole is at the top and the parts are at the bottom. This one has the whole on the side and the parts are on the side. This one has the parts at the top and the whole at the bottom. And this one has the parts on the left and the whole on the right. But even though they look different, they all mean the same thing. So we have part, whole, or whole, parts, okay? This one has whole and the parts are over here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the stick and we're going to think about how many are the parts. So the whole is 9. Let's count it to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now we have to figure out what the parts are. So the parts, well, I see 1, 2. So there's white. There's 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to find the number bond that shows 2 and 7 as the parts. Now this one's pretty easy because it's the one that's directly across from it, the 2 and the 7. But not all of them match up that way. And some of them have the number missing and you're supposed to write them in. Okay, so, and then on the back, it says you're to draw and color cube sticks to match the number bond. So now they gave you the number bond and you have to draw a set of cubes to match that and color it. And this one's a little bit tricky because they left a number out, so it's kind of hidden. You're not sure. So you got to figure out what the partner is to 8 to get to 9. Okay, so you can do that one at home. You can send your picture to your teacher so she can see your finished work. All right, I will see you tomorrow.